Hello everybody, Jay Bell here. I'm afraid Grant Davis can't be with us, but I have a very, very special guest, someone very near to my heart. Benjamin Bentley has agreed to sit down on the couch and answer a few questions for our enjoyment. So without further ado, Mr. Benjamin Bentley.
Hi, Jay. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Well,
hi, everyone.
I just want to say first that you age extremely well. You're in your 30s now.
Yeah, I look great. You should see my husband, though.
Mr. Wyman.
Mr. Wyman,
Yeah.
he still looks like he's 20. God, I love that guy. Isn't he a good guy? He's a good guy, isn't
My
he?
first question for you actually has to do with Tim. In the old days, you just wanted to have a date with Tim. These days, you can have many dates with Tim, and I'm sure you guys have. What's your ideal dream date?
With Tim.
Yeah.
Something special that we did right after we went on a date, and we went back home to Houston, and it was something really special to experience with him. And I think it was one of the most special dates for me because it went back to where we were when we were teenagers, and when we really began to fall in love and where our journey started.
You guys have been together long enough now that you're very nostalgic about your origins and your past together.
Well, especially because we had such a long break.
Yeah.
Just was a very long time before any relationship really could come of it. When I read something like Summer, the beginning of it, yes, I did read my own book. I will be honest. I'm a little vain.
He forces me to let him read the stuff first.
If you're gonna tell my story, you better tell it right?
Right.
Really, it was like hearing someone else's love story. It was nice to hear, and you wrote it so wonderfully.
Well, thank you.
I mean, he took me to Mexico, so he's done very well with dates. I think I need to pamper him a little bit. Something without me cooking. Any date without me cooking is a great date. That's the way him and I look at it.
I actually have a question, and I'll skip to that one, about cooking, because it seems like despite you not enjoying cooking, you do a lot of the cooking. I have to assume that there are some times that Tim cooks for you?
Oh no. I'm a bad cook, but he learned one recipe from his mom, and it was the chili rellenos, and he just can't nail it quite like she can.
Okay.
I mean, he's very good at pouring me a bowl of cereal,
Yeah.
and I'm good at pouring him a bowl of cereal. Those Lucky Charms,
Yeah.
of course.
This one's just about you. I get the impression that you're not completely satisfied with your choice of career these days, because you kind of have two part-time jobs. You sing at the dinner theater. You do your hospital work. What if you could do something else? Like if you were going to switch gears and maybe find a career that you find even more satisfying, what would it be?
I'm older now. Being in my 30s, it's not as easy to pursue a singing career. But if I could be working as a vocalist full time, that'd be wonderful. But then again, Allison's husband is such a fantastic writer for the shows that we do. Like Brian's great. So I just really, I'm not completely satisfied, but at the same time, I make an impact.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that's most important.
Would you sacrifice the theater work to make the hospital work full time?
I would definitely ask Tim first.
That's so sweet.
And then I would also ask Jason, and I'd probably go with what Jason says and not what Tim says. Okay.
If you had to be trapped in an elevator for 3 hours, door closed, no resources, no food, no drink, nothing, just nothing.
Nothing.
And it can't be Tim that you're stuck with. You're not alone. There's one other person in the elevator.
Oh.
God help you. Who would it be?
Who would it be?
Yeah.
My man Jason. He's working through some stuff. I think that I would really love to sit down with William.
So interesting. It'd be William in the elevator.
But I've also heard that Kelly's quite a bitch. Okay. Tim said that he made an impression on him, so I'm like, ooh, who's this Kelly guy? And why is he messing with my son and my husband? But William is my number one choice. William by far, because I gotta talk to my boy's boyfriend.
All those years apart, did you try looking Tim up? Were you ever tempted to make contact?
I mean, I'm tempted, obviously.
Yeah,
I was obviously
that's only
tempted.
natural.
That's only natural. Right after everything happened in high school, tried to find where he went. But outside of that, I think that I also knew where my place was. I knew that I had to grow.
Okay.
I found that growth was more important than allowing Tim to be my whole life, because I did that for a whole year. And then once Tim and I reconnected, even with the whole trouble with the other man in my life, I was at a different place where I knew who I was, and Jace had really, really, really helped me find find who I was. I mean, everything I wear is basically Jace's, just FYI. I just took all of his clothes.
I don't think they would fit you. Tallness.
Oh yes, because he
Tallness,
is
that's
so
what I'm
tall.
saying.
He's very tall.
I mean, the shirts might work, but there's no way that you got into those pants. Unless you took them to a tailor.
No, I definitely got into those
pants.
pants. Trust me, I got into those pants.
One follow-up question about that era. Did you ever drive by Tim's house?
Give me a break.
Let's talk a little bit more about Jason. For those that don't know, Jason was a troubled teenager that you very gracefully invited into your lives and kind of helped him get back on his feet, and gave him some stability.
Well, can I just say, I think that as much as we gave him stability, I think that's something that he made such an impact on Tim and I. Tim, in particular, they have a really close relationship. You know, he taught us a lot that we didn't expect to learn. And anyway, what's your question? I just had to...
No, I like that.
It
It's
works
nice
both
hearing
ways,
more.
yeah.
He's out on his own now, and I know that's got to be kind of hard for you. Jason has his own place now, but with him, you're kind of empty nesters. Have you guys thought about adopting a second time? And maybe even...
That's a no. That's a no right now. I think for both of us, we're still adjusting to the fact that we have a son in general.
Yeah.
Kids, not right now. You know, we keep Emma around and we keep Greg's kids around.
Yeah. And they have quite the little litter.
Quite a few. They have enough for all of us.
I'm sure, like any parent, you're concerned for Jason's future. If you could imagine a life from him, let's say 20 years from now.
Oh, stop. Naturally, I want him to be happy. I want him to find someone. I feel like love is such a big, important part of my life. And the impact that Jace and Tim really made on it is so valuable. Something Jason is very, very, very good at is he is fully himself.
Yeah.
He's fully awake to who he is as a person. And I think that's why I don't worry about his future that much, is because I know that he'll always be Jason. What I want is him to come visit and him to be around me and Tim. I can't handle alone time with Tim. Too much alone time with Tim is just... all he wants to talk about is like lifting weights and working out and going for a run, and I just kind of want...
It must be really hard to have a husband
It must be
so
really
concerned
hard
about their personal
Oh,
appearance.
it's the worst.
I'm sorry.
Gosh, can you
I'm
just
so
stop
sorry.
talking
All
about
right.
the dumbbells?
How about a tattoo? As far as we know, you don't have a tattoo yet. So if you were going to get a tattoo, what would it be and where would it be?
Let me get my phone really quick. This is something that I've always wanted, ever since an unfortunate event that occurred. For those of you who can see that, that's a J with wings. J with wings.
Aww.
Are you gonna cry?
Can we edit it out if I do?
No.
So where would that go? The J with wings?
The J would be on my shoulder. I think he's watching over.
Oh, like an angel on your shoulder.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. This is an interesting question.
Oh.
It doesn't seem at all realistic, but you know, if someone made a movie about your life, who would you want to play you? And who would you want to play Tim?
Okay, if I could cast it.
Yeah.
Damn. Jace, there's this incredible actor who worked on he was working on a web series. It's called Hunting Season. His name's Ben Bauer.
Okay.
This very strong, very, very strong actor, and I feel like he'd really capture the essence of Jace. Tim, there's a gentleman named Santos. Davi Santos.
Davey?
Davi.
Oh.
His name's Davi.
Oh.
Yeah. Very, very good looking guy. He's Power Ranger right now, which is super cool. And he just has the charm that fits.
Okay.
For Ben, woo-wee.
Tall order.
Yeah. I mean, like, Channing Tatum would be great.
Well, that was all the questions I had for you. That was 10 plus a couple bonus ones. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask me? That's just one.
Just one in particular. Why did you kill my husband?
Okay, thank you very much for joining us today. This has been Jay Bell and Mr. Benjamin Bentley. We'll see you next time.